สังฆกายะฟาวเดชั่นที่ประเทศอินเดียก็ตอนนี้กำลังรอความพร้อมรอเวลาที่จะได้แสดงธรรมและสนทนาธรรมในวันนี้ซึ่งก็มีหลากหลายหัวข้อที่เราจะได้พูดช่วงนี้ก็เป็นการรอสัญญาณจากประเทศอินเดียซึ่งองค์กรสังฆกายะฟาวเดชั่นอยู่ที่รัฐคุชราตประเทศอินเดียซึ่งก็มีพันเตขณะนี้กำลังเข้าสู่รายการพุทธวันธนาบายเดอะสังฆกายะฟาวเดชั่น
sambada nati me नमो बुद्धाय सगळ्या लोकांचा स्वागत आहे आप सब लोगों का स्वागत है वेलकम या आई कैन हियर यू हाँ बद्दे जी यस आई कैन हियर यू सो आई एम जस्ट seeing that participants are slowly gathering in so thank you and good evening everyone this is almost now 2 past 6 o'clock now in Indian time and venerand monk Bhante Ratna and the Tadnant Itisan monk venerand is also present. So I would like to first introduce this platform, which is a Sangakaya Foundation webinars, and Sangakaya webinar platform does a full social work and spiritual discussions on this platform. And we have very lot of webinars earlier also spirituality and social problems, parenting, depression, psychological stuff and many things. So before we start today's topic regarding the American Buddhism, which Venerand Bhandra Videsa Ratna would be giving us his spiritual discourse to all of us and enlighten us how the American Buddhism is progressing there and how Venerand monk is the great contributor to that Buddhism in America. So before that, I just want to shortly introduce Venerand Ratna. As we all know how great work he's doing in India for propagation of Buddhism, and not only in India but almost 50 to 60 countries he's working for the Buddhism. And he's originally a person who has done the hotel management and BA in Buddhist studies. Later, he also organized 4 international Buddhist conferences in India and 1 Indo-Thai in Buddhist conference in Bangkok. And he has done a great work all over the world, and he is a part of the international peace conference which is held in Stockholm, Sweden. And he has done a Hiroshima peace walk, and he wants to do now USA peace walk in New York and also in Pakistan and many other countries. And he is the one who brings minorities together to create a common platform for humanity, the peace for the world. So with his great work, he's known as a monk, a friendly and smiling monk also. So over to Venerand monk Bhante Prashil. Please introduce today's Venerand monk from USA. Thank you so much. Bhante.
Yes. Thanks, Miling. Thanks for introduction. And I'm really happy to inform you, our most venerable Thanath Itisan Venerable, his most venerable venerated monk from America, is take care of Wat Thai, Washington DC, which is situated exactly in the capital of America, and he's quite very active in America. Not only in America, in different part of the world. He's just like my teacher, and he's the president and the secretary of many other organizations in America, and he's doing a lots of work. And through his temple, they control all the Thai community in America, and as well as the Latin America also. And so many plan to do many good work to propagate the Buddhism, not only the Buddhism, toward the humanity, as well as they and me, we have a plan to organize one World Buddhist Parliament. So through that World Buddhist Parliament, so we can raise our issues and we can solve that issues through the world with the support of world leader. So this is our intention, and Bhante always helps me and always encourage me to do a good work, and he is very happy with my work, and I'm really happy for Bhante Bhante also. Bhante is quite smart enough and he is very active in America. And Bhante have a very big temple also in America. So I would like to introduce Bhante. Bhante, now Milind.
Yeah.
Can you unmute the Bhante?
I think you are the.
I make you a co-host, Milind.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me now? Can I start now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังธัมมังสังฆังนะมัสสามิ Good morning, everyone in the West Coast, in the West, and good evening in the East, because right now in America is about 8:38 in the morning, and I think in India would be around 6 o'clock. So I'm happy to see all of you in this gathering. I think not only Indian people invited me to talk about Buddhism in America. It is a very vast and deep topic, but I try to scope into 2-3 topics about that I get involved in the organization, the international organization in America. So first, how a Thai temple or Thai community established in U.S. And the second, how the CTU, the Council of the Thai Bhikkhus, established in the United States of America. And the last organization that I found in 2015 is IBAA, the International Buddhist Association in America. So this is a very new organization, Buddhist organization in U.S. So talking about Buddhism in America, back to 1893, so around 100 years ago, the first parliament, the American society. So at those time,
Sorry,
yes?
you're facing a weak link.
Hello?
I think Bhante voice is not getting clear.
Yeah, we are facing a video is very clear, but the audio is not.
Now I can speak.
Ma-
Voice is clear.
Yeah,
Hello?
your voice is clear. Yeah, your voice is clear, but Banchiti's voice is breaking.
So maybe the internet is not strong enough here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, now we can.
Okay. I can continue. So in 1893, back to that year, so the World Parliament of the world started in Chicago, and also at those time, Nagarika Dhammapala, the man who devoted himself as a lay Buddhist practitioner, gave speech and draw the attention of the Westerner to, interesting in Buddhism. I think that, but before 1893, some Buddhists started in San Francisco. The Chinese people came to this country, and then they brought Buddhism with them. So, but officially, to Buddhism, American society, I can count from 1893. Okay, so from that day until now, and Buddhism spread all over the United States of America. And also in 1931, later some 38 years, the Buddhist Society of America, a Zen Buddhist attitude, was founded in New York City. So this is also the important roles of Buddhism and Zen institutes established in the main city of United States, that the New York City. And in 1944, the Buddhist Church of America was organized unit of Pure Land Buddhism in America. So in the history, I think the Mahayana Buddhism came and spread Buddhism in America first group, especially Zen and Pure Land. And in 1965, the Washington Buddhist Vihara established the first Theravada monastery community in the United States, was founded and incorporated the following year under the leadership of the Venerable Mahinde Panyasingha Mahathero from Sri Lanka. So this is the first Buddhist Vihara in Washington, D.C. I mean the Theravada Buddhism. And in Buddhism in Thailand also, going abroad, in the year 1966, Thailand established Wat Puttapatipa in London, England. So under patronage of the Thai government, that the first Thai temple and outside Thailand. And and then in the year 1970, as you know, the Vietnamese, Cambodians, and Laotian refugees, because of war, settled down in the United States and Europe, and also those people bringing their Buddhist religion with them. They came here and as a refugee. So they established a temple as the center, as the heart of the community. So Lao temple, Thai temple also in the same period of time have been established. But Wat Thai Washington D.C. has the second Thai temple in United States, established in 1974. 1974, Wat Thai Washington D.C. was established when two monks from Thailand moved into the house in Silver Spring, Maryland, a small house. So the first group of Thai Buddhist missionaries established in Los Angeles, in North Hollywood right now, Wat Thai LA or Wat Thai Los Angeles. So the Buddhist Association in Washington, D.C. has been functioning since 1971. So when Thai people get together and then they found the Buddhist organization, but at those times there's no monks. So the monk has been invited to perform the ceremony or perform the duty in 1974. So in the winter of the 1975, พระมหาสุรศักดิ์ชีวนันโท or หลวงตาชี at those time he is the first abbot of Wat Thai DC. He is from Wat Wajira Dhammasathit Phakkanong in Bangkok. He became abbot of Wat Thai, Washington DC since 1975. And he is the great teacher, writer, and meditation master. He has many positions in the Council of the Thai Bhikkhus. Also, he is one of the 5 temples at those times established the Council of the Thai Bhikkhus in USA. So I will talk later on. In 1986, Wat Thai, Washington DC moved to its present location in Silver Spring, 13440 Lay Hill Road. Nowadays, that's the location of Wat Thai DC. In the 1995, the ordination hall or Uposatha hall was constructed at this site. So means that when we build the Uposatha or the Buddha hall, means that we dig the ground of the land of freedom, means that the United States of America, and put the seed of peace, means that Buddhism. In 1995, the Uposatha hall was constructed in the site of Washington DC in Silver Spring, Maryland, and Wat Thai, Washington DC remain an important center for the study and dissemination of Buddhism in America. And after that, in the year 1979, the Council of the Thai Bhikkhu was established in this land. So now I would like to show you the work and what we distribute to the American society, what the Thai Bhikkhu Sangha. So I will a picture of Wat Thai DC and the role and contributions of Wat Thai DC to American society. So then how can I share the screen?
Yes, Venerable, you can share the screen.
Okay.
I'll make you focus. So now you are able to share.
Okay. Everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay. Here is
Not it.
Okay. This is the Uposatha hall, and when we have the celebration of 90 years old of the Most Venerable Luang Ta Chi, we have the conference, we have the meeting of the Thai Bhikkhu Sangha in US, and also from Thailand, from Europe, from other organizations came together. The goals of Wat Thai, Washington DC is to to further Buddhist activity and to promote Thai culture and Thai tradition, because we have the established Sunday school, Buddhist school, and summer school to maintain Thai culture and Thai tradition, especially Thai language, Thai classical dance and music, and to help establish brotherhood among the people, to act as an information center for Buddhists, for the local community and for the whole in the unit, to take care of the spiritual development of member of the temple and the community. So and to propagate Buddhism both in theory and practice, and also the center for all important annual religious, cultural event and festival. In the year round, we have many activities start from New Year in January, and in February we have Makha Bucha, means that the day Buddha gave the first the fundamental of teaching, Sapapa Pasakaradang Gusarasu Pasampata Yotapanang Edang Buddha Nasasanang. That's the first Buddha gave in the Veluwan Grove. So we call Makha Bucha. So we celebrate in America also in February. And in March we have tale about Vesantara Chadaka. And also the annual every year we do on March. And in April, of course, Songkran Day, that's the old Thai New Year, we celebrate. So in the year out, we have so many activities, then I will show you in the picture. And center the temple as the heart of the community, as I told you. And this the established Buddhist Sunday school. So now we not only the Buddhist Sunday school, but we have summer school and the Thai volunteer teachers from the Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok sent the volunteer teacher to teach Thai language, Thai classical music, Thai dance to the Thai kids who were born here in the U.S. And here, Wat Thai DC offer Buddhist talk, Buddhist meditation, especially when the local students from elementary school or high school or college, university come to the temple and study Buddhism here. So the monk have to provide them the info here and the lecture about Buddhism in George Washington University. Also, I present in the university also. And temple has the Dhamma magazine of Buddhist propagation. In every month, we issue the journey, Buddhist journey named Sang Dhamma, that the oldest magazine started when they start the temple 1975 until now. So we have around 2,500 members throughout the United States. So we send out the publication to all members. And offer meditation training in the temple. We have sitting, walking meditation. Regularly we have on every second and fourth Saturday for English speaking, and for Thai people, Thai speaking every Sunday. But right now, because of the coronavirus, so we can do only from the distance. And Center for important annual religious ceremony. As I mentioned, here, Makha Bucha Day, So we train the kids, we train the children, the new generation here to preserve Buddhism and Thai tradition, Thai culture. We do this ceremony, and also we have performance from the student who born here. And here, Visakha Puja Day. Vesak celebration every year around May. Some year depends on the Buddhist calendar. Some year we have on the first week or the last week of May. So this also, some year we are host as the international Vesak celebration in metropolitan area. So as you've seen in the picture, Pante Uparadana from Sri Lanka, from Myanmar, from Cambodia, and from Laos, from Buddhist country. So we get together in Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, have annual Vesak celebration as an international hosted by IBC, the International Buddhist Committee of Washington, D.C. So this organization also quite active, but they serve only for the Vesak celebration. And this is a Buddhist Lent beginning ceremony. So in Theravada tradition, we have to stay in Vasa 3 months, stay in the same temple. So tomorrow, today is the 14th, tomorrow is the 15th lunar month in the beginning of the Lent will be the day after tomorrow. So we do as the Buddhist Theravada everything in America. We practice like in Thailand or in some other Theravada country. So here, Thai culture we do in Thailand also. When the Buddhist Lent begin, the monk will start to observe Vasa, and then the people will offer the clothes and the candle. So also here we do this ceremony. And this is the Kathina ceremony, the performance of Thai traditional music, instruments, and offer Kathina robes offering. Kathina robes that's offered after the ending of Vasa. So after the monk stay in Vasa 3 months, and within 1 month, the lay devotee to offer the robes, the new robe, the Akani to the Buddha around October in Wat Thai, D.C. And here this is the blessing homes and business, means that this is the duty of the monk to perform the ceremony when the people invite the monk to give blessing and chanting. When they have the restaurant, new opening restaurant, or bless their house when they buy a new house. Making marriage ceremony, start with the monk chanting and offer food to the monk. This is in everywhere. So the Dhammadutta monk have to perform this ceremony to the people. And also Thai wedding ceremony, marriage ceremony, so as the Thai tradition. So the people, when they have marriage, they come to the temple and perform the ceremony here, invite the monk, bless bride and groom, and do the ceremony as the Thai tradition. This is also we serve the example to the American society. And this is the funeral. Funeral ceremony, when people die, they have the funeral home. Sometimes they invite the monk to chant or do the ceremony in the funeral home outside the temple. But sometimes they do in the temple by bring the picture and some ashes after the cremation, the people, when the people die, because this is the law. The temple cannot hold the dead body in the temple, so they have the place to do about the funeral outside, but after that they do the ceremony here. So the temple is the center for the ceremony. The people have to come and do that ceremony for the loved one who passed away. And this also the question of the passing away of the loved one. When the 1 year anniversary or the 50 days when the people pass away, and then they come to the temple, get together, making merit to dedicate good deed, to dedicate the merit to the deceased. So this is the role of the monk to perform. And another big festival in Wat Thai DC, Songkran. Songkran, you know the word of Songkran, Thai word may be brought from India or Sanskrit word. Songkran means that the new year, the moving of the zodiac, the new year, the new the solar. In Thai, we start in 3 days celebration of Thai traditional New Year. Start in 12, 13, 14, and 15 days of April. In April, so very, very hot. The weather so hot in Thailand, so that we spread the water that we call the water festival. So when in America, we do also the Thai Songkran New Year, but some years is quite cold here. In April, still cold because of the weather. This is the first season of spring after winter. Very cold here for three months. Start from January, February, March. That's some years is snow, and snow still fall in April some year. But we celebrate because of this is a very important ceremony. People making merit, people show their respect to their ancestor, their parents, to spread water, pouring water, bathing water to the Buddha and some Buddha relics. We brought out Buddha statue in front of the building, and then let people come to pouring holy water, bath water, the Buddha image in the temple. These are the parts of important ceremony in Songkran Day. And the last one is the float festival, or Loi Krathong. Loi Krathong means that to show respect to the water. In India also, when I come to India, when we go to the Kanke River, they have some flower with krathong, or the leaf, put the flower, and then to show respect to the water. So this ceremony in Thailand, we do in November or December, after Katina ceremony, the last day of 12 lunar month, on the 12 lunar month, on the 15th day of the 12 lunar month, we celebrate Loi Krathong, or Hills and Lights Festival. So this is the role and the role of Buddhism and the Dhammatutta. And also we played important role is the teaching, give the Dhamma talk, and Buddhist study. Here is the Luang Tachi library. So most venerable Luang Tachi, the abbot of Wat Washington D.C., he is the great writer. He is great teacher. So he wrote many books. So that we name the library of Wat Thai D.C. as his name, Luang Tachi Library, and his work also here. So we have the Dhamma talk and Dhamma studies every Saturday when the people come to study the text and Tipitaka study here. And here, teaching class of Thai language, as I mentioned earlier, the kids who was born here have Thai Americans, American Thais, or any some the foreigners also they join, the Cambodian or Laos, or the one who want to study Thai culture, Thai tradition, and Thai language, and also American. So we have the volunteers in Thailand help the monks, help the local teacher to teach the children here. This is the another ceremony. After they finish, then graduate, then and any activity. So get involved with the student, because we want them to understand the foundation of Thai. So Thai culture, everything from Buddhism. So it starts from the temple. So they come to the temple, they can learn how to grab or pay respect to the Buddha, how to chant, how to meditate, how to speak, how to dress, how to perform any kind of instrument. Right here, they can play Thai classical music, and it is an instrument that's Thai in Thai culture, and also Thai food, and carving class, carving fruit. This also that the arts work for them, and there's Thai classical music and dance. It's also the kids who born here. They study, they practice, and also show to our Americans. Our neighborhood here, we have a Berry School nearby the temple, so they can come and learn, and we have the exchange, the culture, Thai culture, Thai tradition to them. And this is another role that I joined interfaith, or the youth that they want to know about Buddhism, and then I want to learn about Buddhism. So come to the temple. So the temple played a role as the center for communication for Buddhist monks throughout the United States of America and worldwide. So we have the meeting, as I mentioned. So every year when we have the celebration, or the big celebration for our abbot, nowadays he is 96 years old. He is the first pioneer, the one who came to the United States in the first temple in Los Angeles, and then have been invited to be the abbot at Wat Thai D.C. since 1975 until now. And he is the great master for us. So when we have celebrate his birthday on June 9th every year, so the monks from around the world, and from Australia, Canada, and the council, many council of the Thai Sangha in many places. The council of the Thai Bhikkhus, or the council of the Thai Bhikkhus started in 1979. 1979, after the temple established, the five temple here, the Council of the Thai Bhikkhus in USA is a non-profit religious organization established on the date of registration 21st October 2519 BE or 1976. 1976, sorry. This organization was formed by the five temples, such as Wat Thai Los Angeles, Wat Thai Washington D.C., Wat Wachira Thamapatip in New York, and Wat Dhammaram in Chicago, Wat Puttawararam in Denver, already found in U.S. for mutual support. So they start with five temple. That's the original temple in different parts of the state and for this organization. So the Council of the Thai Bhikkhu has created as a set of formal objectives to guide all Thai Bhikkhus living in U.S. to the objective as follow. So the objective of the Council to effectively maintain the unity of Thai Buddhist Bhikkhus in different environments of the United States, to meet together and live in harmony, dispersing this harmony, to do the business and perform the duty of the order of the Sangha in harmony, to hold a general meeting annual in June here. The meeting of the Thai Bhikkhu Sangha. This is in the year 2014, I believe. The 38th general meeting, the Council of the Thai Bhikkhu, in the Wat Nawamintara Rachutit in Boston. This is the biggest Thai temple built to honor King Rama IX. King Rama IX, he was born in Boston, Massachusetts, America. So the Thai Bhikkhu Sangha in Thailand and most senior monks, the one who start this project to build the big temple in the city of Raynham in outside of Boston. So we have almost 500 monks came to get together and have the annual meeting, have seminar. The Council of the Thai Bhikkhu joined with the IBAA and the university, the Bhikkhu Sangha University in Thailand, Majula Longkorn Buddhist University, and also the Council of the Thai Bhikkhus from Europe, from India, Nepal, and Oceania, and UK came together. And also Tawad in Riverside, California. This was also the council meeting in California. And also here in Wat Thai Los Angeles, the first Thai temple in North Hollywood, and also the host of the council, the general meeting of the CTU. Another objective is to effectively maintain the uniformity of the monastic life practices of Thai Buddhist monks in the United States. And even we live here in the United States, but the monk have to practice according to Vinaya. So we have morning chanting, we have evening chanting, and also listening to the Patimokkha every 15 days. So the monk have to recite 227 rules every half of the month. So at Wat Thai DC also we do. And another thing is to train according with the prescribed training rules. So this is that we call Parivasakamma. Parivasakamma means that the monk have to train strictly in the rule. So we said in Wat Pramachanok in Georgia, before the monk enter to Vasa or the observe Vasa or the rain retreat, then the monk have to practice Parivasakam together. It's a few years ago we do every year in there because of the temple as the forest monastery in Georgia. It's a very beautiful forest there. And another one is to promote the religious and propagation practice of monks in the United States. So when the monk practice and perform the ceremony according to the Theravada tradition, so we have to follow the rule and regulation. Vinaya is a very, very important. So to be the center and liaison for the exchange of knowledge and ideas among monks in the United States and between Thai monks in the United States and the Buddhist orders of Thailand. So even the monk live here, but we still relate to the Supreme Sangha Council in Thailand. So we follow two rules. Here also we follow the rule and regulation, the law of the United States. But in Thailand also we have to follow the rules of the Supreme Sangha Council. Number 5, to assist and promote the activity of Thai temple in United States. So in here when we have the council, we promote activity, Thai temple, and help to each other to help the local people or the one who need help in the United States. Then number 6, to admit as the members of the council all Thai monks present in the United States for religious duty with the approval of Buddhist Order of Thailand. So as I mentioned earlier, so Mahathera Samakom or the Supreme Sangha Council in Thailand, we have to follow the rule and regulation from there if they have the order or something that we have to support. So number 7 of the objectives of the CTU is to achieve the cooperation among the monks in the performance of Buddhist activity and the religious duty, to delight into the rain retreat and to use this time to deepen meditation practice and study the Dhamma. So during the Vasa or the stay in the temple, so we have meditation class, we have the Dhamma class, even for the monks and for the lay people also. And to honor and respect those elders of the long experiences, the fathers and the leaders of the order, and to deem them worthy of attention when they speak. So this one also, when we have the senior monks, Luang Tachi or the Luang Po Yai Wat Thai LA, he is the most senior. So we respect and listen to advice from the senior. Yeah, it's very important. And to all falling under the influence of any kinds of craving when it arises. So this is the monk have to, practice well and then do good in their duty. And number 10, to establish a life of mindfulness, life which should be intensified where present and enter upon where absent. So live your life with mindfulness. This is very, very important. And so during the past more than 40 years, the Council has experienced the following of the harvest of the early work of the first missionary monks in U.S. From 5 temples in 1979, the Council was grown to include 105 temples this year, and numbers of monks is more than 500 live in the U.S. So the Council and the Thai Bhikkhus living in the U.S. are working entirely for the promotions of Buddhist values, not only to native Thais living in the U.S., but also non-Thais living throughout the U.S. So, in conclusion, the words of the Buddha teach us to be a blessing for the people, to bring happiness to the people, to have compassion for the world, and to teach the Dhamma which is lovely at the beginning, lovely in the middle, and lovely in the ending. So this is the task, the duty of the monks who live in the United States as the member of the Council of the Thai Bhikkhus. So this is the work that I like to share with you today. And another thing is that I have some video, so maybe you can hear and you can see the whole pictures of the council. Oh, sorry. Let me see which one. Okay. Okay, here you are. Can you hear?
Yes, Andrew.
Okay.
These 5 original Thai temples wanted to assist newly established temples to have a firm foundation. The council would be able to assist future temple foundations when the need arose. The Council of Thai Bhikkhus has created a set of formal objectives to guide all Thai Bhikkhus living in the U.S. The objectives are following: to effectively maintain the unity of Thai Buddhist Bhikkhus in the
I think video is not played,
environment of the
Bante.
United States.
Sorry?
To meet together and live in harmony,
Um,
reversing disharmony.
Do you want to play some video, right?
The duties
Yeah.
Share screen has to be started. Share screen has started with.
to hold a general meeting annually in June.
Pardon, I can hear.
Effectively maintain
Now we can see the share screen. Let's start the video.
practices of Thai Buddhist monks
Can-
in the
Let's take a time.
to introduce
Can you see?
revolutionary ordinance nor the prescribed training rules, to promote the
About
religious
3 minutes.
and propagation practices of monks and the
3 minutes.
No, we can't see.
and improve
No,
those
we
needed
not
to establish
visible.
policy as necessary.
Is
Maybe because of internet connection.
Oh, yeah.
I think your band
Monks
is poor.
Not supporting. Yeah.
and between
Maybe,
and the
maybe,
United States
maybe.
and the Buddhist Order of Thailand to assist and
You
promote
cannot,
activities
you cannot see the video, right?
to admit as members of the council
Can
No,
you?
Venerable.
all Thai monks
No?
president
Only hear the sound.
for religious duties with
Uh,
the people of the Buddhist
no
Order of
sound.
Thailand.
Only your sound.
Okay, okay.
Only
All right.
Your voice.
I stop it now. I stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
So
I'm very sure that all the audiences who are hearing are really enlightened about the so many very important information about the propagation of Buddhism, Thai Buddhism particularly in USA. So there are a couple of things which I really would like to know as a matter of curiosity. Is that in a country which is a completely Christian country, Americans and Western philosophies and governments. So do you find any kind of cooperation or kind of opposition or hurdles in the process of propagation? We would like to know that.
Sorry, please ask in short. Say again.
I just say that because this propagation is in a Christian country, a different kind of a religion.
Yeah.
Western, who are not very pro-religious. So how do you manage to really propagate 105 temples and so much of a propagation? So do you find any difficulties from that end?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the asking question. So as you know, American is the freedom country, so they open for us to propagate Buddhism or any religion, but they separate between the religions and the school or the university. So any religion you can propagate under the religious, non-profit religious organization law. So when we establish the temple, we have to follow bylaws as a non-profit religious organization. So you can teach, the teaching that is not against the government law. So of course we're not against the government law. We support, we do the good job, we do the good thing to train the people to normal people to good people. So they need the good people society, then the good people. So under this law, then any group of the people can establish their belief, their faith, not only Thai Buddhist temple, but any nation, any religion that can do under this law. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Venerable.
Venerable, one more question.
Yes.
Which is very important and very important for the Indians.
Yes.
They always ask me why Buddhist chanting is important in Buddhism. And here is one question, Dr. Taksha. They asked, Namo Buddhaya, I want to learn Buddhism. I am very new, so please excuse me if I ask any silly question. My question is why chanting is very important in Buddhism and what we get by doing it. Even on my page also, every day I'm running some chanting nowadays, morning and evening. So many people, they ask me why you are playing lots of chanting nowadays.
Okay.
Please.
Very good question. Chant in Buddhist tradition many purposes. One, to recite the teaching, recite the teaching like we chant in Mangala Sutta or Karaniya Metta Sutta or any sutta. Recite the teaching of the Buddha and to study, understand the meaning of that sutta. So in the ancient time, in the time of the Buddha, there is no text or the text in the language, but they have to memorize by heart. They recite. So after Buddha passed away, then they have to memorize by heart. So to learn how to chant means that to memorize the teaching. So after that, after we have the alphabet, after we have the remember all kind of sutra by heart. Right now, they recite through the books. But the main thing in the ancient time, they learn by heart and by the verbal. So this is the main purpose, that to remember the teaching, to recite the Buddha teaching. So, but you have to understand, even in Pali language or in some other language, you have to translate into your language, your native language, to understand that meaning. Number two, to calm your mind. Reciting or chanting is the way to calm the mind, as like a mantra. So when we chant, for instance, if you use the book, you use 3 ways. 1, you use verbal. 2, you use eyesight, means your brain. And 3, you use ear. So when you recite, you hear your sound, you speak the word, and your mind concentrated in that word. So this is the way to do the meditation very effectively. So chanting is to calm the mind, to, as in the scientific survey also, it's a very benefit for the people who, if you cannot sleep well, and then chanting is a good way to calm your mind and calm your memory. So this is the benefit of chanting. So start from the simple word like Namo Tassa or Namo Buddhaya, or any short word that to praise Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Then learn more and more about the long sutta. Then you can get benefit from that.
Okay. Venerable, thanks for this information. Venerable, I have one more question. From tomorrow, we are going to start some Asala Puja. Means we are going to start the Vassa in our Pali language, Vaishavasa in our Hindi tradition. So we people, we just want to know about this 3 months retreat or the rain retreat. So what is the rules and regulations for the lay devotees? Can they practice the Vassa? Because it's for the monks. So please enlighten us.
Okay. So during the Vassa, the main thing, according to the Buddha teaching, so you have to stay during the rain season, not to traveling. So in the ancient time, because of when the monks move from place to place with the crowd, with a big group of the monks, and then they step on the crops on the ground, on the rice field, or they destroy the field. So this is the rule that lay people complain the monk to the Lord Buddha. So the Lord Buddha laid the rule that even the bird, even the animal, some animal, when the rainy seasons come, they stay in one place. So the monk should stay in one place. So the originally story talking about that. But beside that, the behind the meaning of that means that when we stay in one place, we have time to practice more. We have time to study more. So study the sutta, study and practice meditation. For the lay people, you can commit yourself, like during three months, to avoid the bad deed through verbal action, bodily action, and mental action. So if you can avoid that so you can get benefit during the vasa as the monks. So this is the people can do to avoid the bad through bodily action, verbal action, and mental action, to observe 5 precepts strictly, even and during 3 months. So this is a very, very benefit. So the tradition in Thailand, when the monk start vasa, the people go to the temple and observe the 8 precepts. Every the Buddhist holiday during 3 months, the people they spend a night at the temple. So they observe 8 precepts, 1 day, 1 night. So that's the old tradition. But right now, the people still practice some area, some. So by this way, the people can benefit to learn, to study, to practice, and commit yourself during 3 months observing vasa. Thank you.
Thanks, Venerable. Milind, do you have any question, or some other people they have a question?
There is no other questions coming up here. Just one thing which I really request, Venerable, the present crisis of COVID, which has really ravaged the entire world and particularly USA. So how you would like to address us and give us a message, to face this problem, and also after COVID is over, which will take a long time, there will be a lot of economical problem, job losses, and so many other difficulties. So how Your Honor would like to answer and encourage us, inspire us to face this problem through Buddhist philosophy?
Okay, very good question, and has been asked so many times during the pandemics of the COVID-19. That very, the crisis nowadays in America, also the number 1, the people affected and then die. So in Buddhist philosophy or any religions, any faith, they try to help their followers. But for we are Buddhists, I'd like to recommend that the pandemics or the coronavirus or any virus or any disease, as the Buddha mentioned, life is full of suffering from old age, from sickness, and from death, separation. So Buddha said, life is not long, life is not certain, death is certain. But the people, they're not aware about that. They face the uncertainty in daily life, and then they don't know how to. But the Buddha advised, to see the reality of the world as the normal, because when we have born, of course, the ending of born is death. If we choose born, we have death together. So, but during the time, like when we wake up early in the morning, our life is like wake up early in the morning and then the lights go on 12 hours until the sun set. The lights are just like that. So when we face the problem during the daytime or during the afternoon time or during the evening time, any time, but we have to face that with mindfulness. The Buddha said that mindfulness is very important to see and understand the thing as they really are and see the thing as it really is. not to panic or frightening about a thing, to see with cause and effect. So what is the cause of pandemics? What is the cause of virus? So many doctors, many researchers to explain about that, so we understand. So then we avoid that, and then we follow the advice, the instruction from the doctors or expertise to guide us. The main thing as to look within, not look outside. If you look outside, then you will be afraid and panic about that the situation. Look within, how to calm your mind. So during this the pandemics or we lock down, everyone is like you are in the jail. People complain that, oh, I understand that the people are in the jail, how they feel. So when you lock down at the house or at a certain place during the coronavirus self-quarantine, the same thing. So you taste that kind of feeling. So back to your feeling during you have in the house or locked down in some place. You have to use that during this period to practice the Dhamma, meditation. So breathing in and out, that's the way to, don't waste time. And in the same time, turn the critical to the benefit. Because people said, oh, when I got locked down in a house during the coronavirus spreading, I have time to chant, I have time to meditate, I have time to listening to the Dhamma. So these are to turn from the bad to good, the situation like this, because when you lock down, your time is the same time when you work or when you stay at home. But when you stay at home, instead of you do other thing that useless, you do the thing that's meaningful to your life. Means that practice the Dhamma, study, listening, and chanting, especially chanting. That's the good way. So you cannot do anything else. If you do anything else, means that you waste your time, and then you kill yourself. Instead of the pandemics of the virus, but your thought, your thinking, you kill yourself. So to open your heart, try to see the thing as it really are, see the thing as it really is, see the thing as a normal. If you can see like that, means that you are practice the Dhamma and you can survive in this society. Thank you.
Thanks, Venerable, for your. And some other people, they would like to ask you some questions, Venerable. So, Poonam, she want to ask you. So, I will allow everyone now. I'm going to unmute everyone. I will put the bed. So, they can directly ask.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yes, Venerable.
Question?
Yeah. Now you can. Now I unmute all the participants. Now directly you can ask the Venerable. Hello.
Too many, I think too many voices.
Okay. So those who want to ask the question, so they can raise the hand. Okay. Then I mute everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Srikanth, yes, you want to ask?
Yes, I want to ask one question.
Yeah, please.
Do you know about Zen meditations?
Zen, ZDA.
ZD and Zen meditations. What is different between Zen meditation and other meditations?
Venerable question for you. What is the difference between the Zen and... अरे श्रीकांत को क्या चिल्ला रहे बावन म्यूट कर दो अपने आप को
Hello.
Hello?
Yes. You asked.
Venerable, unmute yourself. Venerable, we can't hear you.
Oh. Maybe somebody. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, Venerable, now we can.
Yes. Yeah. Zen meditation, right? Hello.
Yes, Venerable.
Yes. There are two kinds of meditation in Buddhism. One is the samatha or calm meditation. Another one is a vipassana meditation or insight meditation. So, as I understand, Zen meditation, they try to focus on a thing. So, we can classify as the samatha meditation or calm meditation. The way to calm the mind. Sometimes they have any technique to calm the mind. So I has been invited to join the meditation in Shantang not long time ago in Mahayana tradition college in Taiwan. So I discussed with them that how do they practice? They practice as to focus the mind. Focus the mind in the middle of the middle. So they try to calm, to stay the mind in one point, in any particular object. So the purpose is when you calm the mind, and then you can realize the truth. If your mind is not calm, then you realize the truth. This is the main thing. So any technique, they have the purpose, but I can compare between samatha on your background. Samatha means a calm meditation, how to calm your mind. Some people like to chant to calm the mind. Some people like to listen to the music. Some people like to do the mantra. Mantra means the recite the name of the Buddha or the name of anything that they call mantra. The same thing, the same purpose, that to calm the mind. But after you calm the mind, and then you can see, you can develop, and vipassana or insight meditation also you develop mindfulness. Mindfulness, you know what you do, what you are doing here and now. That's the mindfulness. So vipassana meditation develop mindfulness, and Zen meditation, I think, like a concentration meditation or calm meditation to control the mind, to focus the mind. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Venerable. Venerable, some people they would like to practice meditation with you. So when you have a time, means when you want to give a time, so along with you, so we can do sometimes sessions on meditations and different types of meditation.
You mean right now?
Right, no, later on.
Oh, later on. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
some of my students they would like to know some more about the meditation.
Yeah. Yeah. Normally, I have on Saturday, maybe the time, if afternoon here, maybe it's a good time for you, right?
It's okay, Venerable. What time?
If 1 o'clock here in America, what time in India?
1 o'clock afternoon.
Yeah, 1 o'clock afternoon America. So maybe in India around 10 or 11.
Maybe.
No, 12 hours. When there is afternoon in the US, will be in the night, almost midnight.
Yeah, almost.
So, 12. No, so when 1 o'clock in the US, it will be almost 11:30 in the night. Yeah, so that will be like too much of difference. So probably early morning pick up 6 o'clock in America, then it could be evening 5 or 6 in India. So that could be a good time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
6 o'clock here I have chanting every day. 6
Yeah,
o'clock in the
yeah.
morning, 6
So-
o'clock in the evening.
So
Yeah.
morning one can join, I think,
Yeah.
your time. So our will be around 5:30 around the time, depending on which part of.
Or maybe this time 8:30 America and 6 o'clock in India.
Yeah, that is
good. That'll be good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can set up the group and then we can set up the the time, date and time. Yeah.
USA, 6 p.m. India.
Yeah.
So good time. Right.
Mhm.
So now I think it is almost 1.5 hours now. So if if there is no other important, there are some questions out there. I'm sure we can take those questions in person later on.
Yes.
A pretty long session now, and I really, on behalf of all the listeners, I pay our deepest gratitude to Bhante Thanak, Bhante Rashinratna, and we are really this gratitude, with a deep gratitude and reverence. Thank you so much, and we'll definitely have more sessions from you, Venerable. And I think with this, we should conclude. And blessings from your side. Please bless us with your chants.
Okay. By the end of this talk, I would like you to be happy, healthy, and long life, and success in your Dhamma practice. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata buddha bhavena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhamma nubhavena sada soti bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sankhano bhavena sada soti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thanks, Bhante. Thanks.
Thank
to
you.
give us your precious time and to enlighten us in that lockdown period. And please join us again whenever you have a time. So, because you are an experienced monk, and we need your guidance and your wisdom to go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. I hope that we can